Welcome back to your quiet study space. But today we are sitting on the living room couch holding a grocery receipt for $100.
We are going to build a calm conversation simulator to fix the most awkward situation in the English language, asking your friends for money.
You are sitting there, the receipt is burning a hole in your pocket, and your heart beats a little faster because you do not want to sound angry, aggressive, or cheap, but you really need them to pay their half.
I remember moving abroad and paying for all the shared apartment supplies for 6 whole months because I was literally too terrified of the English grammar needed to ask my flatmates for a few dollars.
In this episode, you will listen, pause, and speak the exact casual phrases native speakers use to settle up smoothly without ruining the friendship.
It is such a heavy feeling, is it not? You go to the supermarket, you buy the toilet paper, the cooking oil, the milk. You do a good thing for the apartment, and then you come home and your roommate is just sitting there watching television, completely oblivious.
Oblivious is a great word. It means they have no idea what is happening around them. They are not trying to be mean or steal from you. They just do not realize that you spent your own money for the house. But inside your head, a massive storm is brewing. You are calculating the math, and you are trying to translate the words from your native language into English.
And that is exactly where the danger is. In many languages, being direct is perfectly fine. You might translate something in your head that means, give me my money, or you owe me $50. If you say that to an English speaker, they might get very defensive. They might think you are angry with them.
Exactly. The culture of speaking English, especially in America, Britain, Canada, or Australia, requires a lot of softness when we talk about money. Money is a sensitive topic. We use special verbs and special sentence structures to make it sound like it is not a big deal, even when it is.
I wish I knew this years ago. When I lived in London, I bought cleaning supplies every week. I wanted to be a good flatmate. But when I finally asked for the money, I was so nervous that my voice sounded really hard and serious. I said, "You need to pay me for the cleaning spray." My flatmate looked at me like I had just insulted him. It made the rest of the week incredibly awkward.
We want to completely remove that awkwardness for you today. You do not need to feel that stress anymore. We're going to give you a very specific set of vocabulary words. These are called phrasal verbs, and they act like a magic trick. They take the pressure off the other person, and they make you sound relaxed, friendly, and totally in control of the situation.
So, how are we going to do this?
First, we are going to listen to a short, very normal conversation between two roommates. I will play the role of the person holding the receipt. Mark, you can play the role of the oblivious roommate who is watching television. We will speak slowly and clearly. I want you, the listener, to just close your eyes, sit back, and listen to the rhythm of the words. Do not worry about memorizing anything yet. Just picture the living room.
I am sitting on the couch. The television is on. I am very relaxed. I have no idea you are about to ask me for money.
Hey, Mark, do you have a second?
Yeah, sure. What's up?
I just got back from the supermarket. I picked up all the household stuff. Do you want to settle up for the groceries now, or should I just send you a message later?
Oh, right. Thank you for getting all of that. We can do it now. How much was it total?
The whole thing was $100, so I think your share comes out to $50. Do you want to split the bill, or should I just transfer you my half for next time?
I can just transfer the 50 to you right now. Let me grab my phone.
Perfect, thanks.
Okay, let's break that down. Because listening to it now, it sounds so peaceful. There is no conflict at all, but there is a lot of very specific vocabulary hiding in those few sentences.
Let's start with the most important phrase of the entire episode. I did not say, "Do you want to pay me?" I used a phrasal verb. I asked, "Do you want to settle up for the groceries?"
Settle up. When I first heard that phrase years ago, I was so confused. I knew the word settle meant to calm down, like when you settle a baby to sleep. I had no idea it had anything to do with money.
That is a very common confusion. To settle up simply means to pay the money that you owe someone so that your balance is zero. It's the friendliest way to talk about debt. When you say, let's settle up, it sounds like a team activity. We're doing this together. It doesn't sound like I'm a bank collecting a debt from you.
It feels very casual. You can use it in so many situations, not just with roommates. If we go out to a restaurant and I pay for the whole dinner with my credit card, you can look at me later and say, "Hey, Mark, let us settle up for dinner. How much do I owe you?"
Exactly. And notice the preposition we use with it. We say settle up for something, settle up for the groceries, settle up for the taxi ride, settle up for the electricity bill.
What about the next part? I asked you how much it was total, and you gave me a very interesting sentence. You did not say, "You owe me $50." You said, "Your share comes out to $50."
This is my favorite trick in the English language. This is how you completely remove personal blame from a conversation about money. The phrase is comes out to.
Comes out to. It sounds like math.
It is math. By saying the total comes out to $50, you are making the receipt the boss. You are not demanding $50. The mathematics of the universe are simply stating that the number is $50. It takes all the pressure off you as the speaker. You are just sharing information.
That is brilliant. It is so much softer. And before that, you use the word share. Your share comes out to $50. Why not just say your half?
You can say your half if there are exactly two of you and you are dividing it perfectly. But in reality, life is complicated. Maybe you have 3 roommates. Maybe you bought personal items along with the shared apartment items. The word share just means your specific portion of the responsibility. It's a very polite, diplomatic word.
So if there are 4 people living in a house and the internet bill arrives, I can say, "The internet bill arrived and everyone's share comes out to $20."
Perfect. Everyone's share comes out to $20. It sounds professional but friendly. No one can be angry at that sentence. Now, let us look at the next important phrase. I asked, do you want to split the bill?
Splitting the bill. This is a very common idiom. It just means dividing the cost. We use this heavily in restaurants. If the waiter brings the check, you might ask the people at your table, "Do you want to split the bill?"
Yes, and we also use the phrase chip in. Chip in is slightly different from splitting the bill. If we split the bill, we're usually dividing it equally. But if we chip in, it means everyone contributes a little bit of money toward a shared goal.
Ah, right. Like if it is a coworker's birthday at the office, someone might say, "We're buying a cake for Sarah. Does anyone want to chip in?" You can chip in $5 or you can chip in $10. It's a voluntary contribution.
Exactly. So if you're buying groceries for the apartment, you could ask your roommate, hey, I'm going to the store to buy cleaning supplies. Do you want to chip in? But if you already bought the supplies and you have the receipt, it's better to say, let us settle up.
This vocabulary is so helpful, but there is something else happening in that dialogue that is just as important as the words. It's the music of your voice, the tone, the intonation.
Intonation is the secret ingredient to sounding polite in English. You can use all the perfect vocabulary words. You can say, let us settle up. But if your voice drops down at the end of the sentence and sounds heavy, it will still feel aggressive.
Can you give us an example of the wrong way to do it?
Sure. Listen to my voice. I'm going to use the exact same polite words, but with a flat, downward intonation. Hey, Mark, do you want to settle up for the groceries? The total comes out to $50.
Wow. Even though you use the friendly vocabulary, you sound like my boss. You sound angry. My immediate reaction is to defend myself. I feel like I'm in trouble.
Right. When your voice drops at the end of a sentence, it signals authority and finality. It says, this is a command. But we want to signal that this is a casual, breezy question between equals. To do that, we need to use an upward intonation. The pitch of your voice needs to lift slightly at the very end of the sentence.
Let us hear the right way.
Listen to the difference. Hey, Mark, do you want to settle up for the groceries? The total comes out to $50.
It feels completely different. The upward lift at the end of groceries and the upward lift at the end of $50, it makes it sound like you're just casually mentioning the weather. It sounds like you don't care if I pay you now or tomorrow, even if you actually really need the money today.
Exactly. The upward intonation creates a feeling of safety. It tells the other person, we are friends, everything is fine, I'm just asking a simple question. And if you're enjoying this calm, safe space to practice your English today, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you never miss a chance to build your real-world speaking confidence with us.
I love that we are focusing on this because reading these phrases in a textbook is one thing, but actually training your mouth to make these sounds in real life is completely different. When you are standing in your living room and your roommate is right in front of you, your brain forgets the textbook. You need muscle memory.
And that is exactly why we're going to spend the rest of our time today building that muscle memory. We're going to do a timed shadowing workout. This is where you, the listener, become an active participant. You cannot just listen, you have to speak.
How is this going to work?
I am going to guide you through the scenario step by step. I will tell you exactly what phrase we're practicing. We will practice the upward intonation together. Then, Mark will play the role of your roommate. He will say his line, and then I will leave a few seconds of total silence. During that silence, I want you to speak your line out loud.
You might feel a little silly talking to your phone or your computer screen, but please do not skip this part. Moving your jaw, taking the breath, and physically pushing the English words out of your mouth is the only way to build true confidence. When the real moment happens tomorrow or next week, your mouth will already know what to do.
Let us prepare for the first phrase. The phrase is, do you have a second? We use this to interrupt someone politely. It is much better than just walking up and saying, hey. You are asking for permission to interrupt their television show.
Say it with me first. Do you have a second? Notice how the word second goes up at the end. Second?
Let us try it. Imagine you are walking into the living room. Mark is sitting on the couch watching a movie. You have the receipt in your hand. I'm going to let Mark start. When he pauses, you ask him if he has a second. Ready?
Oh man, this movie is so good.
Speak now. Ask him if he has a second.
Yeah, sure. What is up?
Great job. That is the first step. You broke the ice. Now we move to the main event. You are going to ask him to settle up for the groceries. The phrase is, do you want to settle up for the groceries now?
Let us practice the pronunciation of settle up. Native speakers often link these two words together. We do not say settle, pause, up. We push them together. Settle up, settle up. The L sound flows right into the U.
Say it out loud right now wherever you are. Settle up. Do you want to settle up?
And remember the upward intonation. Do you want to settle up for the groceries now? The word now goes up.
Let us do the role play. You just asked Mark if he has a second, and he said, what is up? Now I will leave a silence. In that silence, I want you to say, I just got back from the supermarket. Do you want to settle up for the groceries now? Take a deep breath. Here is Mark.
Yeah, sure. What is up?
Speak now. Tell him you went to the supermarket and asked to settle up.
All right. Thank you for getting all of that. We can do it now. How much was it total?
Excellent. You did it. You successfully brought up the topic of money without starting a fight.
Now, Mark just asked you how much it was total. This is where we use our magic math phrase, comes out to.
Remember, you're not saying you owe me $50. You're going to say your share comes out to $50.
Let us practice the linking here too. Comes out to. The S on comes links to the O on out. Comes out to. Comes out to. Say it out loud. Comes out to. $50.
And remember to keep the voice light and friendly. Your share comes out to $50. It's just a simple fact.
Let us put it into the scene. Mark just asked, how much was it total? I will leave a silence. I want you to look at your screen, smile slightly so your voice sounds friendly, and tell him the whole thing was $100, so your share comes out to $50. Here's Mark. Yeah, sure. What is up?
Speak now. Tell him the whole thing was $100, so his share comes out to $50.
$50. Got it. I can just transfer that to you right now.
Fantastic. Notice how smooth that was? You didn't have to feel defensive. You just stated the facts using the polite phrasal verbs.
Let us talk about that last word I used, transfer. In the modern world, we rarely use cash to settle up with friends. We usually use our phones.
Yes, the vocabulary around digital payments is very important. Depending on what country you're in, the words change slightly. In the UK or Australia, people usually say transfer, I'll transfer you the money, or can you transfer me your share?
In the United States, people often use the names of specific apps as verbs. They will say, I will Venmo you, or can you Zelle me? Venmo and Zelle are just banking applications, but they have become verbs, just like Google became a verb for searching the internet.
That is a great point. So if your American roommate says, I will Venmo you the $50, they just mean they will transfer it using their phone. If you do not have that app, you can just politely say, oh, I do not have Venmo. Can we just do a regular bank transfer?
Or you could say, do you mind if I just give you cash? Cash is always universally understood.
Let us do one more practice round with the shadowing. This is a very common scenario. What happens if your roommate agrees to pay you, but then they forget? A whole day goes by, and you still have not received the transfer.
Oh, this is the worst feeling. You already did the hard work of asking once, now you have to ask a second time. It feels so pushy.
It does feel pushy, but we have a gentle phrase for this too. We use the phrase, did you happen to? Did you happen to? This is incredibly polite. It gives the other person an easy excuse. You are pretending that maybe the money got lost in the internet, or maybe they just got busy.
So instead of saying, you forgot to pay me, which is a direct accusation, you say, hey, did you happen to send that transfer?
Exactly. Did you happen to send that transfer? It is a soft reminder. Let us practice it. Say it with me. Did you happen to?
Did you happen to?
Notice the intonation again. It stays high and light. Did you happen to send that transfer?
Let us role play this. It's the next day, you're in the kitchen making coffee. Mark walks in. I will let Mark say good morning. In the silence, I want you to say, hey, did you happen to send that transfer yesterday? Ready? Morning. Wow, I am so tired today.
Speak now. Ask him gently about the transfer.
Oh my goodness, I completely forgot. I got so distracted by work last night. Let me do it right this second on my phone. I am so sorry.
See how well that works? You gave him the benefit of the doubt, and he apologized and fixed the problem immediately. No anger, no awkwardness.
You are doing incredibly well. If you've been speaking out loud during these pauses, you are actively rewiring your brain. You are connecting the English vocabulary to your physical voice and your emotional state. That's how fluency is built.
To lock this in, we are going to play the full dialogue one last time, but this time I'm not going to pause it. We will speak it at a natural native speed. I want you to listen to how easily these words flow now. You understand every nuance, every intonation, and every boundary being said. Just relax and listen.
Hey, do you have a second?
Yeah, sure. What is up?
I just got back from the supermarket. I picked up all the household stuff. Do you want to settle up for the groceries now, or should I just send you a message later?
Oh, right. Thank you for getting all of that. We can do it now. How much was it total?
The whole thing was $100, so I think your share comes out to $50. Do you want to split the bill, or should I just transfer you my half for next time?
I can just transfer the 50 to you right now. Let me grab my phone.
Perfect, thanks.
It's amazing how much clearer it sounds when you understand the mechanics behind the politeness. You now have the exact blueprint to ask for your money back with a smile.
I challenge you to take these exact phrases and use them the very next time you go out to a restaurant or a cafe with English-speaking friends. When the check arrives, be the brave one who says, do we want to split the bill, or should I just transfer you my share?
To finish our practice session today, I want you to head down to the comments and answer this question using the vocabulary we just learned. How do you usually settle up with friends in your country? Do you prefer to use cash or a bank transfer?
Writing it down in the comments is the final step in your muscle memory workout today. You've got this.
Thank you for sharing your quiet study space with us. Keep practicing, be patient with yourself, and watch your English become smoother and more confident, one episode at a time.